Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 2. This has to be day number 2, week 15, fall 2024 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here for this evening's classes. Let's begin. My name is Mr. Petit. Today is what, Tuesday? Tuesday the 10th, the 12th or the 10th? The 10th of December 2024. We are a few more days away from the 25th and then the 31st. So 2024 is basically over. So the subject is mathematics. The topic is, we're going to be looking at conversions, converting percentages to fractions, fractions into decimals, decimals into fractions and percentages and all of that good stuff. Y'all have done that before, right? Pretty sure y'all have done that before. Inside school or somewhere. Yes or no? Have y'all done conversions before?
Yes, sir.
Done conversions before. That's good.
Yes, sir.
I learned this.
You learned this?
No, sir, I never heard of those.
Never heard of that? Okay. So you're gonna hear about it today. So we're gonna be looking at conversions. Converting. So let's start off with the first question. It's going to be a 3-part question. So let's go ahead and write this down. So the first thing that they want us to do is, it's gonna be our first example, example number 1. So example number 1. The first thing that they want us to do is Malia here? Malia, can you hear me? Malia, can you hear me? Where's Malia?
Hello?
You could hear me? Okay, good. Did you send your notes in from yesterday?
Yeah, so?
Okay, good. So express, that's the first thing, express.
Good night.
Good night. Express, it's gonna be a fraction. Express, oof, this first one is evil. Express 19.
But you don't be doing that, man. It's the first question.
We already with the fraction? Hold on now.
Express 19 over 40 as a decimal. Yeah, let's do that as a decimal number. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Express 19 over 40 as a decimal number.
Isn't it point?
Let me open the chat. So persons who think they know how to do it could get opportunity. I'm gonna open up the chat. So let me open up the chat for you. Okay, good. This is going to be, yeah. Okay, so if you want to put your answer inside the chat, you could do that. But I want to know, what is 19 over 40 as a decimal? What is 19 over 40 as a decimal?
Good night.
Good night. What is 19 over 40 as a decimal number?
Good night.
Good night. 9.19? No, it's not 0.1.19. Anyone else want to try? What is 19 over 40 as a decimal number? Anyone else?
19.40.
19.40? No. Rodrigo, what you said, Rodrigo?
Mr. Petit, I don't know the
0.457.
answer, but I think you divide the denominator by the numerator.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's correct. So let's divide. So in order for us to convert this into a, in order for us to convert this fraction into a decimal, we have to divide. All right, so we're going to divide, we're gonna say 40 into 19. So
I got the answer.
who's that speaking?
Empress.
What you got?
I got 0.475.
75, 475.
Yes, sir.
470, okay. Let's see if she's right. I think Rodriguez said something like that in the chat as well. Okay, so let's divide. So here, don't get confused. The denominator is going to be the divisor. And so we're gonna say 40 into 19. 40 into 19. How many times does 40 go into 19? That goes what?
0.
0 times 0 times 40 times 0 is going to be what? 0.
Zero.
So 1 minus 0 is 0. 9 minus 0 is 9. So we done, right? We're finished, right? That's the end.
No, sir.
No. What we have to do?
Bring down 0.
Add a 0
We have to
behind
put
the 9.
we have to put a
0 behind the 9.
no, we have to
The
put
dot,
a
the dot,
we have
dot.
to put the decimal point
Point.
first. Right? You can't go adding zeros if you want to put decimal point. The decimal point gives us the permission to do what?
To add 0.
To add a 0. To add a 0 at the back, yeah. And so now we're saying 40 into 190. And so we don't know our 40 timetables, or do we? We do, you know.
Just
think you-
take away the 0 and add it
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, we do know our 40 timetables because 40 is going to be 40,
40,
then what?
80,
80,
160,
and then going to be what?
120,
120, 120,
160.
160,
200.
and then 200. Now, someone may be saying, Mr. Petit, how do you know your 40 timetables? Well, if you know your 4 timetables, then just add a 0. So it's 4, 8,
I get my answer.
12, 160. After 160, it's going to be what? 200, 200, because 20, 200. All right, so I think we could stop right there because 200 is too big, right? 200 is too big. So we say, how many times does 40 go into 190? Well, it goes into 190 how many times?
4 times.
4 times. Because 40 times 4 is what?
160.
160. And so we say 190 minus 160. We subtract 0 minus 0 is going to be what?
0,
0. 9 minus 6 is going to be what?
3,
3. 1 minus 1 is
0.
0. So we just put that there. Now remember, the decimal point gives us permission to add a 0. So we're going to add another imaginary 0 right here.
Mr. Batik, the
Uh-huh.
answer is 0.475?
You say 475.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see.
I got that as well.
Got that as well? Okay, we'll see. So we have 200. After 200 is going to be what?
240.
240. After 240 it's going to be what?
280.
280.
280. That's 28. 280. After 280 it's going to be what?
320.
320, 32, 320. And then so 320 is too much because we just have 300. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 40 times 7 is what?
280.
40 times 7 is what?
280.
280.
280, very good. 180 minus, so 300 minus 280.
20.
0 minus 0 is going to be what?
0,
0. 2 minus, well, we borrow, this becomes 10. 10 minus 8 is going to be what?
2.
2, very good. Now, are we done?
No, you add another 0.
We
No,
can
sir.
add another 0. Why can we add another 0?
Does the point give you the...
Because we already have the decimal point and that gives us a
Yeah.
what? The
It was
permission.
right. I got
the permission?
That gives us the permission to add another 0. So how many times does 40 go into 200?
5 times.
5
5
times.
times, 5 times.
0.475.
And so it is gonna be 5 here. And so 40 times 5 is 200. And so we have 200 minus 200. 0 minus 0 is going to be 0. 0 minus 0 is going to be 0. 2 minus 2 is going to be 0. So that means that 19 over 40 as a decimal is what?
0.475.
Very good. 0.
Mr. Pete, I was right.
You was right? Who
Me
else was right?
too, I was
Who else
right.
Empress, I said it first, remember?
I get that too.
Empress. Who else?
Me
Empress.
as well.
It
I
even inside
Drusilla.
the chat. Mine is
Drusilla.
inside the chat.
Drusilla. Rodrigo.
Me too.
Kanan.
I got it right.
Who else?
Harmony.
Harmony. Very good.
I didn't put
I
it
get it
this-
right too, Mr. Petit.
Yeah, right. That's not true. Miss Morris. Good. Very good. Excellent. So all we have to do is divide, right? So we just have to divide.
Yes, sir.
And please remember that even when you're dividing,
Got that.
you have to divide. The denominator is your divisor. Please remember that. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to put the bigger number on the inside. No. Or I'm going to put the smaller number on the inside. No. Whatever is your denominator, that is your divisor. Whatever is your numerator, that's your dividend. So the divisor is what goes on the outside. All right? Divisor. Always remember that denominator goes on the outside. Doesn't matter the how big or small it is. So we got 0.475. Do we understand how to do this? I mean, if you understand how to
Yes,
do
sir.
this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pretty
Yes,
straightforward.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's do another one. So we have, this is gonna be that. Let's do I. We have let's do, I want to make it simple. Let's do 11
Yay.
over 40, right? 11 over 40 as a decimal number. Do not use a calculator. You don't have to use a calculator for this, please. Just do it by hand. I want you to do it by hand. So 11 over 40, you want to express that as a decimal number. So what we're going to do here is we're going to also divide, right? So we're going to put the whole number, we're going to put the denominator on the outside, the numerator on the inside. All right. Okay, good. Ajani, where's Ajani? Ajani, can you hear me? Where's
Yes.
Ajani? Ajani, do you understand how we got 0.475?
Yes.
It's not yes, it's either yes or no, sir, Ajani. I need you to explain how we got 0.475, Ajani. How do we get that?
You divide 40. You divide 40 by 19, and you have
I can't hear you. Say it again.
then you multiply 9 by 0 since
What you mean? We say
mind.
we
Put
say
the 0 on the 9
uh-huh.
and you subtract 19 and 0
Uh-huh.
and you have 19.
Good. Why did I put the decimal point?
So I'm the marginal zero.
Ajani, why did I put the decimal point? What does the decimal point give me permission to do, Ajani?
To put imaginary zero.
Ajani, are you paying attention, Ajani?
Yes,
'Cause-
sir.
No, clearly you're not paying attention because I'm asking you a very simple question. The decimal point gives me permission to add a what?
A
Ajani,
zero.
a 0. Very good. So I have 190. And then what I do after that?
You put the 16 under it. I mean, 160.
Where did I get the 160 from? What did I do? I did 40 multiplied by what?
4.
4. 40 multiplied by 4 is what?
160.
Good. Then I subtract 190 by 160. And I get what?
20.
No, I got 30 actually. And then I add another imaginary 0. Good. How did I get the 280?
280.
Yeah, how did I get the 280? I did what? 40 multiplied by what?
7.
7, and that gives me what?
280.
280, and then I subtract, and I left with 20. I put another imaginary 0. How did I get the 200?
You multiplied 40 by 5.
Good, and then 200 minus 200 is what?
0.
So my final answer is what?
0.475.
Good. Do you understand how I got this, Ajani?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to divide?
Yes.
So you have to write this down. Write this down for me, please. What did y'all get for the second one? 11 over 40 as a decimal. Which was what?
0.275.
0.275.
0.275. That's what y'all
Yes,
got?
sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir, I didn't put that in the chat a little while there.
Me too.
Me as well.
Wow. Okay. Liliana, hi. Liliana, how did you get 3.6363? Where's Liliana?
Yes, sir.
How did you get 3.6363? What did you do?
I divide my bad. I knew what I did wrong. Never mind.
Never mind. What did you do wrong? Help us, enlighten us.
I accidentally divided 11 by 40.
Exactly. I figured you put the 40 first and then put the 11. Please, whatever you do, divide 11 by 40, not 40 by 11. And Krizia, where's Krizia? 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 How did you get 0.10? How did you get that?
I divided 4 times 11, 40 times 11, and it gave me 0. So I put 11 take away 0 equal
Krizia, where's Krizia?
wait.
Krizia, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to divide?
Yes, sir.
So you have to divide properly. It's not 0.10. Let's do this one together. Okay, let's do it together. Okay, I have to move this. I don't think, do I have enough space? I don't know if I have enough space to do this. I just don't want to move. I don't want to move the first one. So I'm just gonna squeeze it in because I don't want to move the first one. So Krizia, you're gonna help me divide this, all right? You don't mind?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Actually, you have no choice, but still. All right, so this is gonna be we're gonna put on our outside 40, right? 40
Yes, sir.
on the outside into 11. Okay. How many times does 40 go into 11? Wait, 1 second. I could avoid doing this. I could make this easier for myself if I just put the 40 closer. All right, so let's start again. So we have 40 into 11, right? So how many times does 40 go into 11?
0 times.
I want Krizia, please. How many times does 40 go into 11, Krizia?
0.
0, very good. 40 times 0 is going to be what? 0, right?
0.
And so we say 11 minus 0, which is? Sorry, 11, sorry, which is 11. That makes sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Good. And so what do we do at that? Once we already put our 11 down, we have 11 down. What do we do at this point?
You add a decimal point.
Put a decimal point, very good. The decimal point gives us a permission to do what?
Add a 0.
To add a 0. Okay, good. So it's going to be a 0 here. We say 40 into 110. How much times does 40 go into 110?
Twice.
Yes, 2 times. Thank you. 40 times 2 is what?
80.
80, very good. 80. So we have 110 minus 80. 0 minus 0 is? 0 minus 0 is?
0.
0. 1 minus 8 is what?
You have the borrow.
Borrow, good. This becomes 0, this becomes 1. 11 minus 8 is what?
3.
11 minus 8 is 3. It's gonna be 30. What are we gonna do at this point?
Subtract.
No, we have to do something
Add
else.
the next 0.
Add the next 0, very good. How many times does 40 go into 300? How many times does 40 go into 300? It has to be, okay, so 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 140, 7 times, because 7 times 40 is going to be what, Krizia? 40 times 7 is going to be what? It's right there.
280.
280, very good. That'd be 280. And then we subtract, right? So 300 minus 280, 0 minus 0 is still 0. 0 minus 8, we can't do that. That's going to be 2. And it's going to be 1. 10 minus 8 is what? 10 minus 8 is?
2.
2, very good. 2 minus 2 is 0. And so we have 20. What are we going to do at this point, Krizia?
Add the next 0.
Add the next 0. Very smart girl. So we say how many times does 40 go into 200?
5.
5 times. So 40 times 5 is going to be what?
200.
200. This look like a 6, supposed to be 200. And so we say 200 minus 200 is what?
0.
0. And so our answer, for those of you who got it, y'all could tell me, it's going to be what?
0.275.
0.275.
75.
Okay,
I got that.
you got that, very good. The rest of you, did y'all get that? Let me know, please. 0.275. By
Yes,
doing
sir.
the working on your own, not by using a calculator.
Doing working on my own.
Yes, sir.
They're done?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Let's do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and do a great exercise. So all we need to do is divide, okay? So all we need to do is divide. So take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Akira 2525 is not right. Please check that. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need everyone to do that, please. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Shavette Harris, do you understand this? Very good. Dior, where's Dior?
Yes, sir.
Dior, did you send me the work from yesterday?
No, sir.
So you have to take a picture of your work and send it to me, Dior. You can't just be here not sending your work. Do you hear me? Dior, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good. Malia, why is your mic open? Okay, Brianna Moss, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Good. Miles and Max, y'all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Janae Williams, do you understand this? Janae Williams, do you understand this? Where's Janae Williams? I can't hear from where's Janae Williams, can you hear me? Crimson, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
That's good. And Kevin A. Seymour, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
How did we get 0.275? What did we do?
We divide 40 into 11.
We say 11 divided by 40, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Good. And where is Caleb? You understand this, right?
Yes, sir.
And Antoine, you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's move on to the graded exercise. I'm going to give you a few of these to do on your own. So this is just decimal. I mean, fraction to decimal, fractions to decimal. Okay. And yeah, this is just fractions to decimal. So none difficult. So great exercise. Number 1. So I'm going to convert these fractions into decimals. Express the following fractions. Express the following fractions. Express the following fractions as decimals. Okay. So we have a, we're going to say thirteen over 40. B, see, B, we're gonna say 17 over 40. And then C is going to be, did we do 15 over 40? No, let's do 15 over 40. And we do 15 over 40, just those three. 15 over 40. 13 over 40, 17 over 40, 15 over 40. Express these fractions as decimals. All right, Amaya, what number you on? Amaya, what number you on?
I'm on number 1.
Okay, good. Joseph Kalma, do you understand what to do, Joseph? Joseph Kalma, do you understand what to do? Joseph Kalma, can you hear me? Where's Joseph Kalma? D'Angelo Smith, where's D'Angelo? D'Angelo Smith,
Yes, sir.
do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
What number you on? What number?
E.
B, as in boy? And Ivory, what number you on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Joseph.
I'm on B.
Okay, B is good. Joseph, where's Joseph?
Huh?
Yeah, Joseph.
Yes, sir.
I see your work. That's Max or Miles? Miles, okay. That's 823?
Yes, sir.
Miles. Okay. Where is Joseph?
Yes, sir. I decided on this time.
You're trying to understand? Miles, I don't see no working for this. I just see the answers. Please show a working for me.
Okay, I can do the work right now.
Who's okay? Who name okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Be careful, Miles. I keep on telling you the same thing. Jemiah,
Yes, sir.
what number you on? I'm sorry, what letter you on?
C.
C. You understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Good. Trayvon, Cambridge, not Trayvon. Samaya, what number you on? Samaya, what number you on?
I'm on B.
1B, okay.
I'm done.
Who else is finished? Anyone else is finished? Anyone else is completed?
I'm done.
Who's completed? Ivory, you say you finished?
I'm done.
I'm completed as well. Lindia,
I'm done.
Krizia.
I'm done.
I don't know who said I'm done. I don't know what that is.
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, okay. Ethan, are you finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Dior, are you finished?
No, sir.
What letter you on?
B.
Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Good. And Isaiah, what letter you on? Isaiah Brown, what letter you on?
I'm on A.
You on A. Okay, good. Justin Shepard, what letter you on?
I finished.
Finish. Markeo Green, yes, we have to write this. You have to write
I'm
this down.
finished.
Okay, let's go ahead and answer these. Brianna Moss, are you finished?
No, sir.
Which one are you on?
C.
C, okay. Okay, so we're gonna leave this part as for answers. This is for the first one. And yeah, like that. So let's do 13 over 13. But y'all go for A, by the way. Y'all go for A.
I got
0.325.
0.325.
0 point what?
0.325.
0 point
325. I'm sorry,
3
the
to
second
5.
one.
Okay, 3 to 5. Okay, so how many times does 13 go into 40?
0.
0 times. 13 times.
You mean 14 to 13, Mr. Petty?
Oh, I made the
That's
same
why
mistake. I did the same mistake I told y'all not to do, right? You
Yeah,
always
sir.
put the divisor on the inside, on the outside. So 40 into, so I was like, why does this look weird? 40 into 13. And how many times does 40 go into 13? It's gonna be what? 0 times. 40 times 0 is gonna be what? 0. 13 minus 0 is 13. What are we gonna do at this point? Put a what?
The decimal.
Decimal, very good. Decimal give us permission to add a
0.
imaginary 0. 40 into 130 is what?
3.
3. 40 times 3 is what?
120.
120, very good. Minus 130 minus 120 is going to be 0. It's going to be 1. It's going to be 0. How many times does 40 go into 100?
2 times.
Twice. 40 times 2 is what?
80.
80. 80, very good. We subtract. We say 0 minus 0 is 0. This becomes 0. This becomes 1. 10 minus 8 is what?
2.
2. And then we add a what?
0.
Add another 0. How many times does 40 go into 200?
5 times.
5 times.
5
very good.
times.
40 times 5 is
200.
200. Very good. 200. 200 minus 200.
That will
0.
give you 0, 0, 0,
0.
making the answer 0.325.
Very good. So the answer is going to be equal to 0.3 what? 25. All right. Did y'all get this? Let me know if y'all got this for me.
Yes, sir. I did.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Mr. Petit,
Yes,
can you tell me my answer for
Yes,
me?
sir.
Good. Now let's go on to B. What is y'all answer for B before I even started? Let me know if y'all got
0.425.
0.425.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
425. Okay. Okay,
0.425.
so we have 40 on the 40 on the outside. It's Morris. Why it sound like you sick?
I covered that and working with
Oh.
little children, you could get sick all the time. They always will touch you.
Especially with the school.
Yes, sir.
Oh my.
I had it too before, but I still had to come to the Zoom meeting.
Yeah. 40 into 17 is going to be what? It's going to be 0. 40 times 0 is what?
At the point.
Yeah. 17 minus 0 is going to be what? 17. We're going to put the
0.
point. That gives us what? 0 on the, we add imaginary 0. How many times does 40 go into 170? That goes
4 times.
4 times?
Yes, sir.
40
And it gives
times 40 times 4. 40 times 4 is what?
160.
160. 160. So 170 minus 160. 0 minus 0 is 0. 7 minus 6 is what?
1.
1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's gonna be 10, but we're gonna go what?
A 0.
Gonna put imaginary 0. How many times does 40 go into 100?
2.
Twice. 40 times 2 is going to give us
80.
80 minus 100 minus 80 is going to be what? 0.
0.
10 minus 8 is what?
2.
2. Very good. And so we say 40 into 200 because we can put imaginary 0, yeah. Right? How many times does 40 go into 200? That's going to be what?
5.
5. 40 times 5 is what?
200.
200. Very good. 200. So we have 200 minus 200, which gives us
Zeros.
zeros. All right, good. And finally, also, well, let me just put the answer 0.425. How many persons got this before me?
I did.
I did.
I did.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's do the next one, the last one. What you got for 15 over 40?
I did
0.375.
0.375. 0.375.
375.
0.326.
0.375.
326.
0.375.
I get 0.3525.
Ooh.
Ouch.
It's 15 over 40.
Oh. Okay,
I
Xavier,
said I work, Mr. Petty.
Xavier, what did you get?
No, sir. It's saying I was unable to write, so it's okay if I take pictures.
Yes, you can. Why you can't? Oh yeah, okay, no, but I understand. All right. How many times does 40 go into 15? How many times does 40 go into 15?
0.
0 times. All right, 0 times. 40 times 0 is going to be what? 0. 15 minus 0 is going to be what? 15. We're gonna have to put a what? A decimal point. The decimal point allows us, or gives us the permission to add a what? An imaginary 0 here. How many times does 40 go into 150? How many times does 40 go into 150?
3 times.
3 times? Yeah, 3 times. 40 times 40 times 3 is 120. So we have 150 minus 120. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 2 is what?
3.
3. 1 minus 1 is 1. This is going to be what? 7?
Yes.
Because we can put another 0, which gives us
300.
300. 40 times 7 is going to be what? 280. Very good. And so we have 300 minus 280. 0 minus 0 is
0.
0 minus 8, but we can't do that. This becomes 2.
2. And that becomes a 10.
And then 10 minus 8 is what?
2.
2 minus 2 is 0. We add an imaginary 0 here.
And 48 to 200 goes 5 times.
And 40 into 200 is 5. So 40 times 5 is 200. And so we have 200. So you mess up, right? 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0 as well. And so the answer here is going to be equal to what?
0.375.
I subtract 300 by 200 instead of 280.
Okay. 0.375. Did anyone get all right? All
I
three
did.
right?
I did.
So
I
All three right?
I did.
Excellent.
I did.
Excellent. Anyone got one wrong? One wrong.
I didn't do one of them.
Didn't do one of them. Anyone else
I
got
got
one
one wrong.
wrong? Empress? Empress?
Amari using
I
calculator
get one wrong.
and any working.
I mess it up for C.
Ow.
I know I subtract. One.
All right, put an I inside the chat if you understand how to do this. Put an N if you do not understand. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp before we move on to the other ones, all right? Now, the denominator doesn't always have to be 40, all right? The denominator doesn't always have to be 40, so we have to change it up. By the way, is this easier than, you prefer this or you prefer understanding basic mathematical terminology?
I prefer
I prefer basic math.
I prefer this.
Prefer this? Okay.
Basic math.
I prefer this.
I prefer both.
You prefer both, okay. All right, so yesterday we just was doing product and quotient and difference and just word problems with those stuff. Some of them were easy, some of them were difficult. All right, so let's switch it up, right? Go ahead.
I didn't even cover this yet. This could be on an exam still.
You mean this one?
Yes, sir.
You mean in your exam at school?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what come in your exam at school. I don't know what's coming next. You have to look at your study guide and see what's coming your when your math exam is anyway. Anyone have not tomorrow? Anyone else have
Mine's
not?
is tomorrow, I think.
Mine is tomorrow.
I already did my.
Mine's
Okay,
is
yeah.
Thursday.
I get my more exams.
And my last week of school.
Yeah, and then last week of school.
Exam today.
That's good. That's good. Y'all did
Tomorrow's
English?
the last day of school for me.
Tomorrow's my last day of school.
Mr.
yes,
Mr.
sir.
Batida
We did
already
English
did mine.
today.
Tomorrow is your last day of school? How?
Yes,
Mr.
sir. Because
Batida.
they tell us don't come to school no more.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
here.
don't come to school on
They
Thursday
say
and
if
Friday.
you,
I
they say
didn't
if
finish
you like
everything.
sick, you have to get a doctor's slip to come to school so you can redo your exam.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I understand. I understand.
Mr.
This is,
Batida.
yes, go ahead.
Science is killing me today.
Science?
Yes, sir.
Oh
Yes,
my,
sir. That was.
My science exam was so easy.
that's good.
I
Like-
blow through that.
I
I
thought
done
we
my
got
exam.
mine.
Except
Okay.
for one question.
Okay. That's enough. That's enough. I think y'all had enough talking. So we're gonna do fractions to decimals. I wanna do, like I said, it's not always gonna be 40 as the denominator. And it's not, and the denominator doesn't always have to be a 2-digit number. It could be like, I know I start y'all off with 2-digit, but it could be like 1 digit. I probably should start off with that. But yeah, let's do it where the denominator is, let's do it where the denominator is not a 2-digit, and let's do it where it's not 40. Okay, so let's do it where it's not 40. All right,
So you
so
mean like you change it to a different number?
yeah, I could change it. I could change the denominator. Y'all have this, right? The one I have on the screen.
Mr. Batida, if you do one,
Yeah,
then
so
it'll be easy.
Yeah, 1 digit should be easy. Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, I want to do 1 digits. So let's do, okay, good. Let's do this one. So this is gonna be more examples. More examples. So express the following fractions as what? Decimals. Or you could say you want to convert them. So let's say we have let's do 3/4. All right. So 3/4 as a fraction, as a decimal. And then let's do, for those persons who know how to do it, let's do 1/5. I'll start off with that. Those two show are working. So let's do this together. So 3/4, right? And 1/5. So let's do that. So let's start off with 3/4. What we're gonna do, remember, we're gonna take the denominator and divide it with the numerator. And so we have This is going to be 4 into what? 4 into 3. How many times does 4 go into 3? It's going to be what? How many times does 4 go into 3? 0 times. All right. 4 times 0 is
0.
0. 3 minus 3 is, sorry, 3 minus 0 is 3. What we what we gonna do at this point?
Add an imaginary 0 because you have to add a decimal point.
Good.
I mean, yeah.
Very good. Add the decimal point. And the decimal point gives us the permission to
Add a 0.
add a
Add
zero.
more zeros.
Good. So we're gonna add a decimal point. And decimal point gives us the permission to add a imaginary 0. So how many times does 40 go into 30?
4.
4 times?
No, 4 going to 37. You said 40.
I'm sorry. How many times does 4 go into 30?
7 times.
7.
7.
4 times 7 is
28.
28. 30 minus 28 is gonna be what?
That's gonna be 2.
2?
2.
Yeah. We have to put another imaginary
0.
0 here. How many times does 4 go into 20?
5.
5 times.
0.5. 0.75.
And so that means that it's gonna be 20 minus 20.
Give you 0, 0.
So it's gonna be 0 here and what? 0 here.
0.7.
So the answer is gonna be what?
0.75.
0.75. So 0.7 what?
5.
5. All right. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so.
All right. Not only Sasha, you can Ethan in this class. Does that make sense to the rest of y'all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes,
Joseph, do you understand this? Joseph, do you understand this?
Yeah, so.
How did I get 0.75?
How did you get 0.75?
Yes, how did I get that?
You did say 4 divided by 3.
I mean 3 divided by 4.
Yeah, so.
So then when we do division, we get 0.75, right?
Yeah, so.
Good. What y'all got for 1 over 5? What y'all got for that one?
Oh my God.
0.2.
0.2.
0.2, just that? That's
Yes,
just
sir.
stop?
Yes,
Just
sir.
Yes, sir.
0.2? Okay. Okay, so that's gonna be okay, so it's gonna be 5 into what?
1.
Into 1.
1.
How many times does 5 go into 1?
0.
0.
0 times. 5 times 0 is
0.
0.
0. 1 minus 0 is
1.
1. We're gonna put the
Decimal point.
decimal
Yes.
point. How many times does, well, the decimal point gives us the permission to add a what?
Imaginary 0.
Imaginary 0. How many times does 5 go into 10?
2 times.
Twice.
2.
5 times 2 is what?
10.
10. Good. And then 10
Excuse me,
minus 10
Vicky.
is going to be what?
0.
0. Go ahead, Antoine.
You can look in the chat, please.
Yes, I can. No, you have to put, you have to still put the 0 here. We're not rounding. You still have to put the 0 here.
I did.
Good. So it's gonna be equal to what?
Miss Dave, we can do another one.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one. 0 point what? 0.2.
0.2.
Good. All
I
right, now
got that.
y'all got that? So when we do under the 1 digit, it's not difficult, right? All you gotta do is divide. So
For the 1-digit number, we only have to divide like 2 times or once.
yeah. Okay, let's do C. So it's gonna be have 7 over 8. We're gonna convert that into a fraction. I mean a decimal. 7 over 8. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna say what? 8 into what?
Into 7.
Into 7. How many times does 8 go into 7?
0 times.
0 times. 8 times 0 is 0.
Mean 7 times. 7 minus 0.
8 times 0 is 0. 7 minus 0 is what?
7.
7. Good. Then we're going to put a what?
Decimal.
Decimal point. The decimal point gives us the permission to add a what?
Imaginary 0.
Imaginary 0. How many times does 8 go into 70?
8 goes in a 70. 8 times.
7.
8
8
times. 8 times.
8.
8 times 8 is what?
64.
64.
64. Very good. 64. And then we have 70 minus 64. 0 minus 4. We can't do that. This
8.
becomes 6. This becomes 10 minus 4. What is 10 minus 4 is going to be what?
6.
6. 6 minus 6 is
You have to add 0.
0. So we have to do what? We have to add a
Imaginary 0.
imaginary 0. Okay. How many times does 8 go into 60?
7.
7 times.
So how many times?
7 times.
7 times. Very good. 8 times 7 is
54.
8 times 7 is
56.
56.
56.
Yes, Krizia? Krizia, you have a question? This becomes 5. 10 minus 6 is what?
4.
4. Sometimes says 8 go into 4. We can't do it, right? We have to do
Add a 0.
add a 0, yeah.
Add a 0.
How many times
And
says 8 go into 40?
5
5.
times.
5 times.
5 times. So 8 times 5 is
40.
40. So we have 40 minus 40, which is
0.
0. And
Let's
so,
believe I get that.
and so we have 7 over 8, which is going to be equal to what?
0.87.
0.8 what?
7.
7.5.
Mr.
Alright.
Believe, I didn't write down first, and I write down the working because I already know the answer.
Please write the work in, Caleb. All right, do we understand this? Let me know if y'all understand this, please.
So
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, what part do you don't understand?
All of it, sir.
So why you wait until after I finish explaining everything?
Joking.
All right. What's her name? Take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp, please. Dior, where's Dior?
Yes, sir.
Explain how we got 0.875. How did I get 0.875 for this one? What did I do?
You divided 8 by 7.
7 by 8. So we put 8 on the outside, 7 on the inside. What do we do? How many times does 8 go into 7?
0 times.
Mhm. What do we do? Help me with the division. Explain it. Go ahead, Dior, explain the division process. Dior,
Yes, sir.
explain the division process.
Um, what is it? 7? 8 can't go into 7. So you have to add a 0. And you have to find a number. And then you have to
So we say 7 minus 0, which is going to be 7.
Yes.
Then what do we do? We add a what?
decimal point.
That gives us the permission to do what? When we add the decimal point, what does that give us the permission to do? To add a what?
To add a 0.
Add a 0. Then we say 8 into 70. How many times does 8 go into 70?
8 times.
8 times 8 is what?
64.
Good. Then we do 70 minus 64, which gives us 6. We put the imaginary 0. How many times does 8 go into 60?
7 times.
What is 8 times 7?
6.
56. And so we say 60 minus 56, which gives us 4. We add another imaginary 0. How many times does 8 go into 40?
5 times.
5 times. 40 minus 40 is?
0.
Good. So the answer is 0.875. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Jeremiah, do you understand this Jeremiah rule?
Yes, sir. I get it a little bit.
You getting it a little bit or you understand?
I get it. I get it.
You sure you get it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. The rest of us, do we understand how to do this?
Yes, sir.
Let me know, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ricardo, do you
sir.
understand how to do this? Where's
Yes, sir.
Ricardo, do you understand how to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tanaya, do you understand how to do this?
Yes, sir.
Good. Markeo, do you understand how to do this? Where's Markeo? So let's go ahead and answer and do this great exercise. So we know how to do it with single digits. We know how to do it with double digits. So that means that we are invincible. So let's go ahead and do this great exercise. Number 2, I think.
Excuse me, Mr. Betty.
Go ahead.
Can you please go back to the last slide so I can take a screenshot?
That's Jasmine Rose.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how we got our answers?
Yes, sir.
Good.
All right, take the screenshot.
Good. All right, so let's go ahead and answer these questions. All right, so we have, this is going to be express the following fractions. as decimals. Express the following fractions as decimals. So we have, let me just write it down. So let's say we have 1/4. Let's say we have 2/5. Let's say we have 3/5. Oh, I don't like how I setting this up. 1 second. It's gonna write it. This look bad. Okay, so A, it's going to be 1/4. Please show all working. B is going to be 2/5. C is going to be 1/2. And again, we have to express these as decimals. D is going to be 5/8. A, B, C, D. E is going to be 3/2. That is a good question. I like E. I like E. E, F. F is going to be 3/5. Did we do 3/5 yet? No. 3/5. G is going to be 1/3. H is going to be 4/8. K
Mr. Petit, you want us to do to the rest of the class? Eh?
This is not, these are not hard. These are not hard, it shouldn't take you long. Oh. And we have a lot of time left, so.
I think it's the most questions you ever give us in a graded exercise.
Boy, I spoil y'all because my last set of classes, trust me, if they ain't get 10, that ain't a great exercise. Yeah. But then they
good kids.
really. Let's see, A, B, C, F, G, H, I, J, H, I. How you get the K? H, I, I. Okay.
Mr. Pete, I thought I was tripping.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Let me give you all some improper fractions in there too. So let's do
Not.
Yeah, let's do 7/2. HIJ. I just want you to get used to dividing them and not being afraid of dividing them. Let me put some double digits in there too. So let's do 20 over, say 5 over 20. 5 over 20. HIJ, K. 17 over 25. It's a good one. 17 over 25. L. Um, eight over 5. I like this one. 8 over 5. Okay, good. This is a good problem set. Good. So once you finish with this, you should be a pro. So we have 1 over 4, 2 over 5, 1 over 2, 5 over 8, 3 over 2, 3 over 5, 1 over 3, 4 over 8, 7 over 2, 5 over 20, 17 over 25, 5, 8 over 5. Please remember, the denominator goes on the outside. It doesn't matter if it's bigger or smaller, whatever. The denominator goes on the outside. The numerator goes on the inside. Said in plain English, the bottom number goes on the outside. The top number goes on the inside. The bottom number on the outside, the top number on the inside. When you are dividing, it doesn't matter whether it's bigger or smaller. You don't worry about that. Just worry about what the bottom one goes on the outside, the top one goes on the inside, the numerator goes on the inside, the denominator goes on the outside. Make sure you're dividing. So in order to change the fractions into decimals, you divide. All right, that's pretty much how it goes. So Xavier.
Mr. Petit, excuse me, he's running on.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know, it's supposed to run on. I thought I would put one that runs on in there. It's a recurring decimal. Patrick, what number you on, Patrick? Or what letter rather, not even number. Patrick, what letter you on? Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. C? Okay. Nevaeh. Where's Nevaeh? Do you understand what to do?
A little bit.
A little bit. You're gonna divide. You're gonna divide. So you're gonna say 4 into 1, 5 into 2, 2 into 1. You
Okay.
understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you have to divide.
Okay.
I am on my phone. I cannot mute the mic on this. So you have to divide. Okay. To get the answer. Randolph Bethel, where's Randolph?
I'm here.
Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Genesis, do you understand what to do? Well, I don't think Genesis could speak. I don't know why, but I don't think she could speak. Crimson, do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
What letter are you on?
I'm about to go on to the H.
H. Good. Zion Davis, where's Zion Davis? Zion Davis. Where's Zion Davis? Zion, can you hear me?
I'm done.
Who said they're finished?
Ethan.
Mr. Petty, you was calling me?
Yes, Zion, I was calling you.
Yes,
What
yes,
letter
sir.
you want? What letter you on?
I am on F.
You sure you on F? Did you send in your notes as yet?
No, sir, I can do it right now.
Zion, you have to send in your notes, man. Come on, I can't be running after you
Yes,
for
sir.
notes. How about
Yes, sir.
yesterday? Did you send yesterday's work?
I supposed to tell you, I was studying for exam yesterday, so I
Okay.
was taking pictures.
But you didn't send them.
So
So what I need you to do is take a picture of your work for the day and send them
sir.
to me. But you forget to tell me. You don't forget to tell me. You didn't want to tell me. Brianna Moss. Where's Brianna Moss?
Yes, sir.
What letter are you on?
F.
F. Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Janae Williams. Where's Janae Williams? Janae Williams, can you hear me? Janae Williams, can you hear me? I can't hear from Janae Williams. Janae Williams, can you hear me? I can't hear from her. Ken Leah, can you hear me? Ken Leah? Ken Leah, can you hear me? Cameron, what letter are you on?
I'm finished.
You finished? Okay. Did you put your hands inside the chat for me, please? All right. Jeff Tanique Murphy, what letter are you on, Jeff Tanique?
I on I.
You are on. You are on, Jeff Tanique. What letter are you on?
I on I.
I. Okay. And Jaden Branchador, what letter are you on?
I'm on G.
You're on G. Good.
I'm on G.
Good. You understand what you're doing?
Yeah, sir.
Joel Cooper, what letter are you on?
Good day, I'm on G.
You're on G. Okay. Um, Liana, what letter are you on?
I'm finished.
Did you send your work to me? Once you finish, take a picture of your work and send it to me, please. Again, once you finish, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Kyla Welchcombe. Kyla Welchcombe. That's Kyla. Kyla, can you hear me? Kyla Welchcombe, can you hear me? Kyla, can you hear me? Where's Kyla? Kyla Welchcomb. I can't hear from Kyla. Kyla, can you hear me? Kyla and Kylie, can you hear me? I can't hear from them. Krazia, what letter you on?
I'm on I.
You're an I, good. Is there anyone else who's finished besides Rodrika and Cameron? Is there anyone else who's finished? Ethan, you finished as well. Justin Shepard, what letter you on? Then Lindia Moss, finish.
J.
Say it again.
J.
Jay, you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Good. Jeremiah, Rule. Jeremiah, Rule, what letter you on?
I on I.
You're an I, good. And all right, let's go ahead and answer these questions so that we can be right on track. Who wants to help me with number 1?
Harmony.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Harmony. So we're gonna divide, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So we say 4. This is number 1. So we say 4 into 1, right? How many times does 4 go into 1? Harmony.
Yes, sir.
How many times does 4 go into 1? 0 times. 1 minus 0 is 1. Then we're gonna put the decimal point. The decimal point gives us the permission to add a next 0. How many times does 4 go into 10? 4 goes into 10. How many times? 4 goes into 10. How many times? 4 times? 5 times? 2 times? Twice? Yes, twice. 4 times 2 is 8. So we do 10 minus 8, which is what? 2. We add the imaginary 0. How many times does 4 go into 20? Anyone can answer this. How many times does 4 go into 20?
5 times.
5 times. Very good. So we can have 4 times 20, which is 4 times 5 rather, which is 20. And so it's going to be 20 minus 20. And 20 minus 20 is 0. So that means that our answer is going to be what? It's going to be equal to
0.25.
0.25. Did anyone get that for number 1? I mean for 8.
I did.
0.25.
I did.
I did.
Very good.
Did.
Anyone else? 0.25 for number 1.
I did.
Yes.
Okay, good. Excellent.
I gave him number 2.
Yes, help me with number 2, please. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kayla.
Okay, so first you do 5 divided by 2. 5 divided by 2 is 0. So 2 take away 0 is 2. Then you put the imaginary 0. That's 20.
Wait, we have to put the decimal point first, right?
That's all.
Good.
Finish.
Continue.
Okay, so 5 divided by 20 is 5 divided by 20 is 4.
No, 5 times 4 is
5
20.
times 4 is 20.
Very good. 5 times 4 is 20. So we say 20 minus 20 is what?
0.
0. So what's the answer for this one?
0.4.
0.4. Did anyone else get 0.4 for B?
I did.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Did.
Very good. That one is easy. That one finished so fast. I didn't even know that was going to finish that fast. All right. So we have 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is easy. What y'all got for 1 over 2?
1 over 2 is 0.5.
0.5. I did that without doing the division.
0.5, yeah. We should all know that that's a half. A half is 0.5 automatically. But for those of us who still did the working, what do? We say 2 into what? 2 into
2 into 1.
2 into 1. How many times does 2 go into 1?
0 times.
0 times. Very good. 2 times 0 is gonna be what?
1. Then you do the decimal.
Very good. 1 minus 0 is 1. We put the decimal point here. How many times does, well, this becomes what?
A 0.
A 0, imaginary 0. Right? How many times does 2 go into 10?
5 times.
5 times. 2 times 5 is
10.
10. Very good. 10 minus 10 is
0.
0. Very good. It's gonna be equal to 0 point what?
0.5.
0.5. Very good. 0.5. And that's gonna be here right there. 0.5. Did anyone else get that right? Anyone else get that right? 0.5.
Yes, sir. I did.
Excellent.
I did.
Excellent. 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 And then so we have 5 over 8. That's going to be equal to 5 over 8. So we say that 8 goes into 5. 8 goes into 5. How many times? Does 8 goes into 5? 0 times. Yeah. 8 times 0 is 0. 5 minus 0 is
5.
5. We put the decimal point right here. The decimal point gives us the permission to add what?
0.
Imaginary 0. 8 goes into 50 how many times?
6.
6. Yeah,
That'd be
6.
48.
Yeah, 6 works. That'd be 48. 50 minus 48 is what?
2. So you'll bring down the 0.
It's gonna be 2. Put the imaginary 0 here. Do we? Yeah. How many times does 8 goes into 20?
2.
Twice. It's gonna be what? 16.
It's gonna be 16.
Yeah, and 20 minus 16 is what?
You gotta be 4. How to bring down the 0?
4. Bring down the 0. How many times does 8 goes into 40?
5.
5 times. 8 times 5 is
40.
40. Very good. So 40 minus 40. 40 minus 40. 0 and 0. So it's gonna be equal to what? 0.
0.625.
Yeah, 0.625. 0.625. Anyone else got 0.625 for that one?
Yes, sir.
Good.
I did.
Good. Then we have, I think we should do 3 over 2. We should definitely do 3 over 2. That's the one that's different.
Yeah. It's
So,
not, Mr. Petit, it's more than 1.
It is more than 1. Literally.
It's actually 3.
So we have this a pen. So we're gonna say, how many times does, what goes on the inside, what goes on the outside? 4E. What goes on the inside, what goes on the outside?
3 on the outside, 2 on the inside.
Yeah.
What goes on the inside?
2.
What goes on the inside?
2.
What goes on the inside?
2.
2.
What goes on the inside?
3.
3.
Thank you.
3. Where is the
If
inside?
it's the bigger denominator. The bigger number.
Wow.
I told y'all, the denominator goes
I
on
thought
the,
I did it wrong.
the
Oh, yeah.
denominator. The denominator goes on the outside, the numerator goes
Yeah.
on the inside. Y'all got this wrong?
Yes.
Oh boy.
No, sir. I got that right.
Realize.
Right.
I got it right.
How many times does 2 go into 3?
I
Zero.
didn't reach.
Oh
What?
my God.
Once.
I get
Once.
3 wrong then.
Yeah, I
Once.
did that wrong.
I didn't
Once.
get to reach down, so
Yeah, I get 3
I
wrong.
didn't get it wrong.
2 times 1 is what? 2.
I can do that right now. I think I do it pencil.
3 minus 2 is what? 1.
What?
We put the point here. The point gives us the permission to add a what?
0.
Imaginary 0.
0.
And that's 5.
And this is going to be 5.
And then, yeah.
So 2 times
got
5
that.
is 10. Anyone got 1.5 for this one? Let me know if you got
I get it.
1.5.
I got it.
Just
I did.
Get that.
Anyone else got 1.5?
I got that. I just didn't check my work.
I did.
just now.
Very good. 1.5 is the answer. 1.5 is the answer. Good. 1.5. All right, so we have 3 over 2 is 1.5. 3 over 5, what y'all got? Just tell me what y'all got. Is this working as
0.6.
Yeah, so
0.6.
3 over 5 is?
0.6.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
That's correct. 0.6. If you got 0.6, please put a tick on that.
Is that what, E?
And then G, 1 over 3.
3.
E.
3.
I got 3.
1 over 3 is what?
3.
0.3333.
The answer is what? The answer is what?
0.333, but it's 3.
0.0.333. It continues, right?
Yes.
Goes on and on. It never stops. So when it's like that, what you do is, you can put,
Add an arrow on top. Put an
you
arrow
can,
on top.
yeah, you can put a line on top of any one of the 3s. All right, any one of the 3s. Well, I mean, when I say any one of the 3s, I mean, when I say any one, I mean this, like, if you stop at 2, then you put, if you stop at 2 decimal places, then you just put 1 line here. If you stop at the 3rd one, you continue to show that it continues, all right? All right. Next, 4 over 8.
0.5.
0.5.
0.5.
Antoine, you have a question?
No, I was just gonna ask you, is it still wrong if we stop at 2 3s?
It doesn't matter. 2 3s, 4 3s. Once you show that it's continuous, then that's fine. All right. Next, 7 over 2. What is that?
0.2757.
Nope.
3.5.
Nope.
3.5.
3.5.
3.5, yes.
What I put
3.5.
I got 0.35.
No, remember for this one? Remember for this one,
0.5.
we have to put the denominator inside and the numerator on the outside. So 2
like
goes,
I think I put the pencil.
yeah, 2 goes on the outside and 7 goes in the inside.
Okay.
I keep on telling y'all, that's not what is bigger, what is smaller. No, it is denominator outside, numerator inside, then divide. Please remember that. Now 5 over 20, what y'all have for that one?
0.25.
0.25.
0.25.
0.25, very good. 0.25. And then 17 over 25 is what?
0.67.
0. What?
68.
0.68.
0.68. 0.68, very good. Y'all actually work these stuff out?
Yes, sir.
Sure. I can send you my work it.
Okay, good.
Except for them other ones when I go put didn't look at the number.
Okay, good. And then 8 over 5. What do we have for 8 over 5?
1.6.
1.6. 1.6. Good. And so Anyone got all right? That'll be interesting.
Yeah, sir.
Who's I did? Who's I did? Who's I did? Who's I did?
Isaiah.
I did.
Isaiah.
I
Who
only
else?
got to
I
F.
did. Yeah.
Anton.
I got one wrong.
All right, if you got all right, put your name in the chat. You could put your name in the chat. If you got all right, put your name in the chat. Let me see.
Mr. Petty, before or after you correct it?
Well, if after you correct, I get all right.
Okay, Jerusalem, Lamar,
I
Antoine,
only could get it to
I get one
F,
wrong.
so
Canaan,
I had a problem.
Canaan, you got all right?
Yes, sir.
I tell you, tell the truth, shame the devil. Ethan, Isaiah,
I did get all right, Julian.
Krizia, Tanaya, very good. Jaden, Branchador, Liliana, Antoine, Lamar, Drusilla, Ethan, Anelius, Canaan, Micaiah, Patrick, Amaya. Those persons got all right. Anyone got one wrong?
I
One
did.
wrong, one wrong,
I did.
one wrong. Okay. Anyone got two wrong? Anyone did not finish? You just didn't finish all of it.
I got 2 wrong.
Got two wrong. All right.
I get one wrong.
All right. Put I inside the chat if you understand how to do this. Again, put I inside the chat. Put I inside the chat and put I inside the chat. Janae, can you hear me? Where's Janae? Here and from her. Put I inside the chat if you understand what to do. Put N if you do not understand. Again, put I inside the chat if you do understand. Put N if you do not understand. All three wrong. Put N if you do not understand. Put I if you do understand. Take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. There's one more thing we have to do before we move from this. So all we did was fractions to decimals. That's pretty simple. Do we prefer this or rounding?
This. Rounding all day, rounding solos.
Rounding?
I like rounding.
Rounding.
Yes.
Oh.
Rounding. Do we prefer?
Definitely this.
Do we prefer?
I prefer a little bit of both.
Prefer a little bit of both. Do we prefer this or modeling algebraic expressions?
Yes.
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 I prefer this.
Y'all don't like modeling.
No salt.
A little bit of both.
Although I do
what's
art,
modeling again?
Modeling is with an adult ticket costs $T.
Oh no, man, no, man. I like it. I like it.
A little.
A little?
Yes, a little.
Okay. You prefer this or geometry?
This.
I prefer the thing on the graph paper.
Okay. All right. So, oh yeah, I forget. Plotting. Plotting was easy. We rectangular coordinate system. That was easy, right? We have to go back. We have to go back to that. When we plot lines and inequalities next year. Yeah. So make sure Christmas gift. Make sure you get geometry set, graph paper. Everybody who miking and working. Oh, my mic ain't working. Please make sure that your mic works. Like the mayor. I can't hear from the mayor and Kylie and Kyla.
We coming back in January, Mr. Petit.
I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm not sure.
Only work if I get something wrong.
I noticed. So and who else? Someone else. Kylie and Kyla, and then the mayor. Make sure you have a device that actually works with the mic. All right. That's very important. And make sure you get geometry set, graphing paper. We're going to be using that for sure next year. For sure. All right, so now we're going to do the last bit of converting these fractions into decimals. I'm surprised we haven't done it with the easiest one, which is
Fraction.
with tens. So more examples. I suppose to start off with this actually. 10 is always easy. Because it's just, you know, let me just show you all.
The 1/5 is easy.
Convert. Yeah, 1/5 is actually easy. Convert the following fractions into decimals. So with these ones, once they give you 10, you should know how to do it automatically because, you know, it's still show working, but I'm just gonna show you an easy way. So say they give you 9/10. What is 9/10 as a decimal? Without doing the working. It's gonna be what?
0.9?
0.90.
0.9. Very good. 0.9. And if you don't believe me, we could do the working. Let me show you all. So 10 into 9. How many times does 10 go into 9? 0 times. 10 times 0 is 0. 9 minus 0 is 9. We put the decimal point.
And
How
then
many times does 10 go into 9? We can't do it. So we have to add the imaginary 0. Like it. Yeah. How many times does 10 go into 90?
9.
9 times. 10 times 9 is
90.
90. Very good. 90 minus 90 is
0.
0. So it's 0.9, like I said. Next, we have number 2. We have 8/10. 8/10 should be easy, considering what we just did.
0.8.
0.8. Very good. 0.8. 0.8.
Anything that has 10 under it might not need the working.
Yeah, anything that has 10 under it, you should know it automatically. So let's do 4/10. That's gonna be what? 0.4. Very good. So I think y'all understand it with 10, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's kick it up a notch and let's say we have, let me move this. Let's say we have it with
So if it's 100, it would be 2 zeros.
there we go. So we have, let's say we have 5/100. That's gonna be what? Gonna be equal to
0.5.
0. Point what? 0. What?
0.05.
0.05.
Very good. 0.05. Very good. Number 5. Let's say we have 7. Seven over 100. That's gonna be what?
0.07.
0.07. Good, good. Number 6, let's say we have let's say we have 8 over 100. That's gonna be equal to what?
0.08.
0.08. 0.08. Number 7.
Thousand.
Number 7. Oh, said 1,000.
How about
Lisa.
18 over 100?
Who said 1,000?
Misa.
Very good. Let's do that. It's gonna be
The 0.08.
0.000.
That's number 7, Mr.
Wait,
Petit, not
that's
8.
supposed to be 7.
oh, okay. I just was testing y'all, making sure y'all still alert.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Gotta make sure y'all still with me, you know. So 1 over 1,000 is gonna be equal to
0.001.
0 point
0.001.
0.001.
very good.
Because it would be 100. It would be 100
So
because
this
it's
is
1,000.
All you're doing is counting how much zeros are there.
exactly. So the thing is that this is 1 over 1,000. It's the same thing as
Just adding zeros.
It's the same thing as saying, because look at this. This is 9/10, right? This is 9/10 because it's in the 10th place. This is 8/10, so this is 0.8, which is 8/10, right? This is 4/10, which is 4 is in the 10th place. And this is 5/100, which in 5 is in the 100th place. This is 7/100, right? Which in 7 is in the 100th place. This is 8/100, TH. 8 is in the 100th place. And this is 1/1000, which in 1 is in the 1000th place. Let's do it like this. Let's say we have 2 over 1,000. That's gonna be what? 0 point
I mean
0.002.
0.002. So this is 2/1000, all right?
Wait a minute. So what if both of them are 1,000?
How about me?
Both of them are what?
What if both of them are 1,000?
That's a good question. So let's do that. So let's say we're gonna do one more regular one, and then we're gonna do that. So it's gonna be let's do 3 over 1,000. 3 over 1,000. So 3 over 1,000 is gonna be equal to what? 0.003. 0.003. Very good. Next, we have number 10. Now, next we have 10 is going to be what? We have, let's say we have exactly what Cleveland told us. 1,000.
Wouldn't it be 1?
Over
It's gonna be
1,000. That's gonna be what?
the same thing. That's 1,000 into 1. That's 1,000. 1,000.
1,000 into 1,000.
0.001.
1. How much times 1,000?
It's
1,001.
Put your hands inside the chat.
Jump?
Put your hands inside the chat. Let me see what y'all have for this one. 1,000 over 1,000. Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. 1,000 over 1,000.
Can I see the answer?
All right. Someone said 0.001000, 0.1010, 100, 0.001. Come on, continue bringing your answers. Don't be shy. And y'all can say, oh, I had that. I had that in my book. No, I don't want to have it in your book. Put it inside the chat.
I can admit to
See,
you, I
Mr.
don't
Put it in
have
your
Petit,
that.
in
chat.
the chat.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Don't be shy.
My answer in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Antoine, you said, let me see, 0.001.
I never say that. We're gonna teach you call and wait.
Krazia. All right, thank you. Put your answers in the chat. Don't be shy. Crimson. Crimson, read the answer for me, please.
I put mine in the chat, Mr. Petit.
All right, no problem.
0.0001.
All right, thank you. Anyone else would want to read their answer?
I got one.
All
I
right.
put one.
I get one.
Amaya. Amaya. Amaya, where's Amaya? Amaya, can you hear me? Where's Amaya? Is Amaya here? Can't hear from Amaya. 1,000 over 1,000. All right.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was having problems opening my mic.
Okay. Yeah, you're my smart student. How in the world do you get 0.001? All right, let me help you all. Let me help you all. What is 6 over 6?
Mr. Petit, it to be 1, right?
1.
6 over 6 is what?
1.
1. What is 5 over 5?
Any number is 1.
5 over 5 is what?
So 1,000 over 1,000
A
is
whole.
1.
Exactly.
1. Yeah, I just say 1.
Exactly. What is
It's just one.
What
I
is-
put 1 in the chat, Mr. Petit.
very good? What is 4 over 4?
Me too.
1.
1. So 1,000 over 100,000 is just what?
1.
1. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know what? Another way we could do it. So you could also cancel a lot of zeros. So this 0 cancel with that 0, that 0 cancel with that 0, that 0
Oh,
cancel
now
with that
I
0.
remember the rule.
That cancels there.
If it's the same, and
Yeah.
it has, yeah, then you can cancel the
You just
zeros. I
cancel,
should
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. Or instead of canceling the zeros, you don't even have to cancel the zeros. You just could cancel the number itself. Remember we was doing fraction linear equations. Can't forget linear equations. We just cancel. And so it's just 1. All right. So yeah, it's just 1. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do. I can trick you all right now. Let's do. Some people here are untrickable, right? Y'all are untrickable.
You do this time.
Untrickable. All right. So what if we have? What if we have 100 over 100? That's equal to what?
1.
1.
1. Very good. 1. The same number. And then we'll say we have number 12. Let's say we have 10 over what? 10 over 10. That's going to be what?
1.
1 as well.
3.
I always knew it, Antoine. I always knew. All right. All right, and then number 13. Number 13. Let me actually make this difficult. Okay, let's actually make this difficult. Let's do 1 0 1 over 1,000. Boy, that's tricky.
0.00101.
This is literally
Petit,
laughing
check
at
the
us.
chat.
It's saying LOL. It's
Check the chat.
laughing.
Check the chat. All right. Someone say this
Yes,
is the
I'll
last
check it.
question. This is the last question.
Got an answer.
Okay, interesting. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say anything. Put your answers inside the chat, please. This will be fun. Before we move on,
1, 0.
put your answer inside the chat. I am seeing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Let me not say nothing. Let me not say nothing. 101 over 1,000.
Candy bars.
101 over 1,000. Let me see. No, Sasha, no, absolutely not.
I know I get it right, Mr. Petit.
Mr. Petit, check, babe.
So easy.
Can
So
you check
easy.
my answer, Mr. Petit?
I'm looking
Check,
at.
babe, please.
I'm looking right now. What's her name? I'm not gonna say nothing, Miss Morris. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay.
Antoine.
What about mine, Mr. Petit?
Antoine is so off. It's like it ain't
What
even
about
Wow.
what about me, Mr. Petit?
Miss
No,
Knowles.
Yes.
Mr. Petit, my answer right now.
Me
Yeah.
too. I didn't know.
Mr. Petit, message.
Wait, check my answer. I feel confident.
Excuse me, Miss
Miss-
Sasha,
I feel
you could
confident
tell
too.
me your answer, please.
1 second. Terisala. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Mr. Petit.
Okay, so all right. The answer is drum roll, please. There we go.
Drum.
The answer is good. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Isaiah.
You're welcome.
Okay, the answer is 0.
101.
1
101.
0
My confidence is automatically gone.
1.
I get that, Mr. Petit.
I had that.
I get that. I got that too.
0
Petit, look at the chat.
0.
I get that.
You did not get that, Antoine. Stop lying. You put 9.5.
I got that.
Who all got that?
Almost right.
Who all-
Almost
who all-
right, Mr. Petit.
Almost
did.
right. Almost right.
Yes.
Almost right, Sylvia. Yeah, that's good. All right, good. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. We're going to move on to health science and general science. A good lineup today. For health science, I don't even know if yeah, definitely health science and then general science. And then we'll be out for this evening. So health science and general science.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, you don't teach bio?
I don't teach bio.
Okay. Good night.
Have a good night.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. Before you move on, I could tell you something that
Hi, Mr.
that
Petit.
confused me during
Good
my
night, Mr. Petit.
Exam?
English exam.
English exam?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So right, we was doing English. It's like probably like the last 12 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look to my left. I see a boy pull out a calculator out his pocket. English exam. He pull out a calculator, Mr. Petit.
He could have been adding up his words. I do that.
What?
That's a good point.
If you read each paragraph.
That's a good point, Antoine.
I checked the subject twice. I was like, hold on, we doing English, right?
But Trimson made a good point. He could have been adding up his words.
He could not add them up in his head.
That is a lot of work.
All right. Let's move on to health. Ivory, you ready to send in your work? Ivory.
I'm taking a picture now.
Taking a picture now. Okay. You understand what to do?
Yes, so I think so.
I think so. Okay, good. All right. So let's move on to health science. Health science. One of my favorite topics is today. Oh my goodness. Couldn't wait for this topic. We're going to be talking about I literally couldn't wait for this topic. I was like, finally. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the different nutrients of the body, or the different nutrients that food provides us. All right. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so let's deal with that. We're ready, 8:05. We have to move on. Health science. Out of health in general, which one I like more, health or general science?
General.
General.
Health.
Really?
Health. I like health. Health is more easier.
Health is easier. I hated general science as a
But
student.
general better.
How is general better? How is general better? How?
It's
Alright.
much
You
writing
get
and too much.
atoms.
Atoms?
All you need to know, all you have to remember for atoms is it's a smallest particle of matter.
Uh-huh.
Periodic table. You
Mm-hmm.
have to remember the symbols. If you remember the symbols, that means you will remember the name, except for some symbols, okay?
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
copper.
Young man,
Or like chemistry.
young man. See right? I know which word health
If it's
is not
land
easier
crab,
than
Health
general.
is,
I want to
you
know
I
naturally
know,
would
right?
know land crab because if you like
because general
know
science is
crab
the
like
hard
that, you like
Yeah, general science is terrible. I hate general science.
General science hard.
I don't
That's the
like.
hardest exam in the
general
school.
science solos.
But my exam was easy.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on but I never liked general science as a student. I mean, I did it. I got an A in my whatever, but I prefer health. Health is like, you know, the body, like, you know your lungs, you know your heart. Like you could feel it.
Land crab is fatigue. We do not care.
Oh wow.
General solos. I don't care what no one say. General
See, when I
general
started
solos.
to ask you which take, and you tell me take up the two, so I go on to pay for the two.
Yeah, the
Now
two
you
is no, the two is good. I mean, the two is because I feel like if you're doing science, like just do up two. It doesn't make sense to do one because they are so connected till it's like why would you just do one of them? They're very much connected. In fact, one thing about general is that general has health in it. So with the general science, you still have to learn about the body anyway. Okay, so we're gonna be doing what's in the food. So why do we eat food? Why do we eat?
I'm hungry.
So it can help us strong.
Because you're hungry? No, that's not why we eat food. Why do we eat food? Or what should be the reason why we eat food?
For nutrients.
For nutrients. All right, so
Nutrients and food gives us strength.
exactly. So food is any substance that the body can use to extract what? The nutrients.
Energy
The nutrients needed for what? The body to what? To function. All right, so food is any substance that the body can use to extract nutrients needed for the body to function. All right, so why do we eat food? We eat food for what? For what?
So it can provide us with energy.
So it can provide us with the nutrients that we need, right? So if you don't eat food for an extended long period of time, you will die. All right, that's just what's gonna happen. So food helps the body to carry out many functions, some of which are, number one, produce what? Energy. Number two, build and repair what? Build and repair what? Come on, build and repair what?
Cells.
Cells, very good. Cells. Number three, growth. Growth. If you want to grow and be strong, you need to eat. All right, especially while you're young, please eat. Eat all the food. I shouldn't say that because some of y'all on a budget. But if you have food, please eat it. And make sure exercise because you don't want to become overweight.
Good thing I got my bike fixed.
Yeah, maintain proper health. All right, so we need food to give us energy. We need food to build and repair cells. We need food for growth. We need food to help us to maintain proper health. So therefore, what food we eat is important because if we're trying to eat food for health,
Vegetables.
yeah, if we're trying to eat food for health, then we need to understand what is the right type of food and what food we get from different type of, what nutrients we get from different types of food. So food nutrients are chemicals found in the food we eat. There are 7 essential nutrients. And 7 essential nutrients that the body must have in order to function properly. What are they? Number 1, carbohydrates. Now, what are carbohydrates and where do we get carbohydrates from? Anyone know carbohydrates?
Sugar? No?
Sugar, yes.
Starch.
Starch.
Honey.
Honey, yeah. All right. Anyone here love rice?
I do.
Love rice?
So,
Yes, sir.
Anyone here love
I's
grits?
the biggest fan of rice. I ain't gonna.
Anyone here
I
love
love rice.
anyone here love grits?
I do.
I do.
All right.
Yes,
Anyone here like spaghetti?
Yeah, I like pasta.
I do.
Pasta. Anyone here like bread?
I do.
I do.
Not really.
Anyone here like potatoes?
I do.
I do.
I like potatoes.
They're so.
Fries?
Yes,
I
sir.
do.
Fries.
Macaroni?
I love
I do.
I do.
All of those are carbohydrates, okay? So carbohydrates is, as you see, the potatoes, banana, rice, bread, flour. These are your carbohydrates. Okay? Pasta. This is what you call the carbohydrates people, okay? So carbohydrates is the thing that you eat with the meat. All right, so bread, pasta, noodles. Anyone here like noodles?
I do.
Instant
Not
noodles
really.
be hitting sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
She survived.
I love it.
She survived from noodles and corned beef. Or noodles and hot dog. Noodles and hot dog. Where would we be without noodles and hot dog? All right, so this is carbohydrates, as you can see. Wheat, bread, pasta, rice, all them stuff. Okay, that's carbohydrates. Okay. Then we have, after carbohydrates, we have protein. Protein. What is protein? Examples of protein would be what?
Legumes,
Meat,
beans,
beans,
nuts.
Beans,
stuff like that.
nuts. What else?
Meat.
Meat. Meat in all its forms. So turkey. Anyone else like turkey?
I
do.
like turkey meat. Turkey.
Turkey, chicken.
Oh, chicken on top, bro.
Chicken.
I don't like turkey. I'm not.
Chicken. What else? Drumstick.
Watermelon.
Not watermelon.
Leg quarters.
Leg quarters.
Nugget.
Nuggets.
Nugget.
Beef.
Nuggets, top, beef
all-
top.
yes, all of these are protein. So So you have
Except for the turkey though.
the fish, the meat, the eggs. So these are what we call the animal-based protein. The fish, the meat, the
And
eggs.
beans and
These are,
nuts also count as protein.
yeah, they are protein, but they are plant-based sources of protein. So plant-based source of protein would obviously be your peanuts. Anyone ever like peanuts from the Peanut Man? Peanuts.
Me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
peanuts. And you have nuts. Anyone here love peanut butter? Peanut butter.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's-
Especially
that's-
inside
I do.
oatmeal.
Yeah. Peanut butter.
Especially
That's
inside
protein.
oatmeal.
I like to eat it bare.
You like to eat peanut butter just like that? Wow. All right, sure. Anyone does that? Eat the peanut butter by itself?
Yes.
I do.
Wow.
Like if I eat a sandwich and only like a bunch of peanut butter left, I have to do that.
Oh wow.
No, sir, I don't do that. I only just eat it on bread.
like Cleveland is like, no. If you eat enough of it, then you would. Okay, so here I have what is this a picture of?
Hamburger sandwich.
Hamburger sandwich, right?
That's
So-
a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Okay. For those who know exactly what these stuff is.
I can just take off the lettuce and just leave the ham in it.
All right, so what is this? This is what?
A bun.
Yeah, but what is it? What is it in terms of the nutrients? What is it?
Carbohydrate.
What is this? What is this?
That's the carb.
That's the carbohydrates. Very good.
Carbohydrates.
What is this?
Protein.
Carbohydrate.
That's the protein, the meat.
Protein.
So the bread is the what?
Carbohydrate.
The carbohydrates, the carbs, right? And then the meat is the what?
Protein.
The protein, yeah. Protein. All right. And the bun, the next part of bun is also the carbohydrates right there. Carbohydrates right there. Now, what is also carbohydrates? What is also carbohydrate? What is also protein is also the cheese as well. Cheese is also protein. Now, the potato, the onions, the leaves.
Tomato, not potato.
I say potato. Wait, the tomato, the lettuce, the onions. What are these? Oh, what are these? Y'all know what these is?
Vegetable.
Vegetables. But what nutrients they give us? What nutrients they give us?
onion out of sandwich.
They give us what? Vitamins?
Vitamins.
And what else?
Minerals.
Minerals. Very good. Vitamins and minerals. Okay. So if you take out the lettuce and the tomatoes and the onions, then you're taking away all your vitamins and your minerals. I mean, it doesn't taste as good, but you know. But this is how we break down a sandwich. The buns is the carbs, the protein is the beef and the cheese, and then the vitamins and minerals are the onions, the lettuce, the tomatoes. All right, does that make sense to y'all?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the next time you bite into a hamburger, remember that. All right, proteins, and the third one is fats. Oh, I forgot about the fats. The beef is also the fats too, because fatty, because it's cooked in oil and all that stuff. All right, fats. What are some fats that we have? What are some fats?
Bacon.
Bacon. How about oil? You know, there's different types of oil: vegetable oil, canola oil, olive oil, right? Nuts also give you oil too. There's something that we have in season that is also, it ain't in season no more, but it's give you fats as well.
Avocado.
Avocado, yes, avocado is fats as well. Y'all know that? You know the avocado fats?
Fish.
Yes, sir.
Vegetable is fats.
Yeah. You see all that fat in there? That's fats.
Impossible.
Yeah, say impossible. Healthy fat though, it's kind of good for you. And then in right amounts, Scully, in right amounts. Then we have
Question: if I have guacamole and I eat it with chips,
Guacamole.
do I like come fat?
Guacamole is nice. It still has fat in it, Joel. Okay, then we have what else? Vitamins. What else? Minerals. And we get vitamins and minerals mainly from what? Fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, yeah. Then we have
Water.
fiber. Y'all know what fiber is?
Yes.
Fiber.
Apple? The
Yeah,
skin apple.
like
Oats.
Oats, yeah, oats has a lot of fiber.
And cereal like Raisin Bran,
Yeah, Raisin Bran.
honey
wheat.
honey bunches of oats.
Yes, fiber. Fiber is the thing that causes you to, it helps with
Cereal.
going to the bathroom.
Yes.
Fiber, and then finally, one of my favorites.
Dairy.
One of my favorites. Water. Water.
That's what they. I learned this. That what's your name? Look, I forget the word is water. I can come back to you when I remember it.
Water has 0 calories. You know that? Water has 0 calories and it is incredibly important. Okay, so let's talk about, let's write this down. So we talk about our carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals.
But why sometimes they tell you to don't drink too much water?
Well, you don't want to drink too much water because water is also, because then what happens is that like too much of anything is not good. So you want to be temperate, right? Because then you're gonna end up flushing your electrolytes and you don't want to do that. You want to have a balance. But water is very good because your body is made up of 70%, 60 to 70% of water. And all of your cells need water. So make sure to drink. Yes,
It
ma'am.
ain't even just any water because some water have sodium.
Oh yeah, then you have that. Then there's that. But at least it's better than drinking, soda pops.
I like the water that have sodium too.
Say it again.
The Dasani bottled water.
Dasani? Dasani? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so next. So let's break it down. So we have our carbs. Let's talk about our carbs and where we get it from and how does it help the body. So carbohydrates are very important because carbohydrates are your body's main source of energy. So once you eat something sweet, notice like when someone eats something sweet, a lot of sweets, and they get a lot of energy. Like, why are you so jumpy? Like, that's a real thing. Carbohydrates helps with energy. So let's talk about that. Carbohydrates. By the way, tell me the 7 nutrients that we need. Or the 7 nutrients that we need.
Carbohydrates,
Proteins,
fats,
vitamins,
minerals, fiber,
water.
Very good. All right, so let's start with carbohydrates. Sources. Already talked about this already. Can y'all tell me? Sources of carbohydrates would be what? Let me help you all. Rice. What else?
Bread.
What?
Bread.
Flour. Noodles.
Bread, noodles.
Potatoes.
Noodles. What else?
Flour.
Grits. Flour.
Pasta.
Potatoes. Those French fries. Do I have flour? Do I have cereal? Cereal is also.
Is tuna protein?
Say it again.
Is tuna protein?
Tuna is protein, yes. Grits and tuna. It's carbohydrates, good. So that's our sauces, and then the list goes on. Oh, by the way, I can't forget the almighty sugar. Boy, sugar is addiction. Sugar is so addicting, golly. Sugar is addicting. Okay.
Especially when you're eating cereal.
Yeah. All right. So, why do we need carbohydrates? This is important. I say carbohydrates are important. Carbohydrates. What do? Gives the body what?
Energy.
Energy. Energy. So carbohydrates are the body's quick supply, quick and ready supply of energy. So it gives the body energy. Fats also gives the body energy too. What I mean by that, we also use it for energy, but it's not the primary source. So your body would try to use up all the carbohydrates first and then go to your fat storage. So fats are more like storage, right? But in terms of what the body quickly uses, quickly on the go, is going to be the carbohydrates, all right? Then you have the protein. So protein. So protein, give me some sources of protein.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, before you move from carbohydrates, so would it make sense to have a diet with low carbohydrates if you're trying to lose weight?
Low carbohydrates, if you're trying to lose weight?
Yeah.
Most
'Cause then
definitely,
if you
100%.
have carb, then your body would use most of the fat, right?
Exactly, your body will be forced to use the fat.
Yeah.
Okay? Low
Will be
carbs.
forced to eat it.
Yeah, your body will be forced to break down that fat. And then you will get slim just like me. So sources of protein is going to be what? Or some source of protein.
Meat.
Eggs. Peanuts.
Turkey. Let's start off with the animal ones.
Tuna. Or
Turkey,
ham.
chicken. Or well, those poor animals.
Fish.
Bacon. We do have ham, right? So bacon.
Fish.
Fish, yeah. Of all and all of its kinds. Tuna. That's some sort of fish as well. Someone mentioned eggs. Eggs is protein as well. Beef.
Chicken make the eggs.
Yeah, pig feet, pig foot. Anyone has eat that? Pig feet?
I just
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Realize that's the pig feet, right?
The chicken feet too.
The chicken feet. Yeah. I remember I used to eat those things. Boy. Then you have turkey, ham, chicken, beef, fish, eggs. What else? Anything else?
Nuts.
So how long you was vegan, Mr. Petit?
Yeah, probably like
Look,
more than
on
7
what-
years.
Beans and nuts.
Why people eating
Beans.
pig if the Bible say they unclean?
Say it again?
If the Bible say pigs unclean, why they eating pig?
Yeah, persons eat. People eat whatever
And
they
the
want to
pig
eat.
foot. Is we stepping
And
in
the
poop
beef.
all day now.
No, don't judge.
Lamar just had pork chop.
Lamar just had pork chop. That's crazy, right? It's insane. Beans. What else? Nuts. What else? I know
And you get
beans.
you get protein from milk too.
Milk. Yeah. How can I forget milk? Yeah. Milk.
And peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Yes. Peanut butter. If we were to iterate all of our beans, you have pinto beans, you have lima beans, you have kidney beans, all those other beans.
Red beans. Red
beans,
and black beans.
red and black beans. You also have quinoa. I don't know if I told you about quinoa, but quinoa is also a lot of protein. I mentioned quinoa to y'all before. Did I?
Mr. Petit, that tastes so good.
Yeah, quinoa is good. Anyone have ever tasted quinoa before? Or saw it?
I have.
No, sir.
It kind of look like grits.
Yes, it kind of look like grits or like
I saw it on picture but never tasted.
Mr.
quinoa
Petit,
is very good.
same thing as the Indian dal.
Say it again.
dal, the Indian
Let me show you a
it's a
picture.
bean that they oh
This is
no.
quinoa. This is quinoa.
No, I saw that before. It
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah, it's like kind of like a rice substitute, but it's much lighter than rice. You need a lot to get full, like a lot. It doesn't land like rice. You have to actually like eat a lot.
what bulgur?
Bulgur wheat. That's a wheat. That's carbohydrate.
Oh.
All right, now, why is protein important? Protein is important. Protein is very important. If you're trying to build
What is
tofu. Oh yeah, I forget. Tofu. That's like soy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I eat tofu a lot.
Yeah, tofu.
You just have to gotta cook it though.
Boy, let me tell you something. Hey.
Well, in that case, you have to put soya bean. I like that in porridge.
Soya bean,
Soy-
yes, soya bean, yeah, soya bean. Very, very nice. Okay, so protein.
Veggie chunks.
Ah, yes. Protein is very important because proteins are used to build and repair cells, and to assist with growth. If you want to grow strong muscles, and stuff like that, have to get your protein. If you don't have protein, you just, you're not happening for you. So protein is responsible for building and repair cells, and also it helps with growth. The growth of the muscles, the growth of all kind, right? Protein. All right, so that's it. It's already 8:30. I can't believe it. 8:32. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where is Alora? Alora, can you hear me? Alora Green, are you there? There's Alora. Ivory, where's Ivory? Ivory, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Read to me the sources of carbohydrates and also its function.
Carbohydrates. Sources: rice, bread, noodles, grits, flour, pasta, potatoes, cereal, sugar, etc. Carbohydrates are the body's quick and ready supply of energy.
Thank you. Isaiah, protein. Isaiah, protein.
Protein could be beef.
No, I mean like read the sources.
Sources of protein are turkey, ham, chicken, bacon, fish, eggs, beef, beans, nuts, milk, peanut butter, pinto beans, quinoa, tofu, soy, soya bean. Protein are used to build and repair cells and to assist with growth.
Very good, assist with growth. Very good. So if we have in the morning, if you have grits and tuna, what are you having in terms of nutrients?
Protein and carbohydrates.
Protein and carbohydrates, very good. If you have, give me another Bahamian breakfast thing that we could analyze.
Grits and sausage.
Grits and sausage, what is that?
Corned beef and grits.
Carbohydrates and what? Protein. So where are the vitamins and minerals though? That's the problem. So if you could put some salad with that, you'd be good to go. You'd be a healthy person. Balance, right? So a lot of our meals that we do are unbalanced, right? So we have to have some balance in there. If you have carbohydrates, protein, you need to have your vitamins and the minerals in there. What else? What other thing we eat for? How about for lunch? What do we have for lunch? Lunch you would have what? Or Sunday dinner. Let's do Sunday dinner. How does Sunday dinner look like? You have your
Rice, cheese and rice, macaroni,
Cheese and rice.
salad, coleslaw,
Yeah,
one on the
all
cup. Listen, what's the work? That's what I
The
said.
culture is different.
Mr.
All
Petit, I
right,
have a very important question for you.
go ahead.
What made you turn into a vegan?
Come on, man. We gotta do our general science, man. I want to live longer. Let's put it like that. If you want to answer. All right, so I want to be on a dialysis machine. All right. All right, so there we go. Let's do general science. So general science, the last thing we did in general was what? Last thing we did in general.
Parts of the seed.
Parts of the seed. So these on the seed stuff. Okay, good. We talk about the part. Please send in your health science notes, please. Please send in your health science notes. Again, please send your health science notes, and then we can get into it. Where's Joel? Hola,
Yes.
Moriar with general science. General science, man. Yes. General
Yes,
science.
are you
Can't-
ready?
No, can't hear you. No, I can't hear you, man. I can't hear you.
General science. The best type of science you will ever find on the Bahamas.
All right, so let's talk about okay, so we're gonna talk about have we done food chains as yet? Food chains and food web?
No, sir.
No?
I think I did it.
I mean in my class, have we done that? I don't think we done that. Because no, we haven't. No, we definitely have not.
No, sir.
We definitely have not. Okay, so let's look at that. Last thing we did was with the seed. Yeah. So let's look at food chain, food web. I don't even know if we could get into that, but at least we could start it. We can talk about the types of animals first, or types of consumers. So types of consumers, and then once we get into consumers, we might be able to get into the food chain, maybe next week, which is the last week. All right, so what is a producer? What is a producer?
What type of producer? Like music producer?
We are in general
No,
science. We are in general
like
science.
plants.
What is a
Like from the
producer?
sun.
Animals.
A producer?
No.
No. What is a producer?
Is like a plant, which is like the first thing you need for you to start like a food chain. Like after the plant, there's like the first consumer, then
Yes.
second consumer, and go forth.
Yes, that's correct. But what is a producer though?
An animal that makes its own food, or
An
the
organism.
organism that makes
Very
its
good.
own food.
A producer is an organism that makes their own food. Plants are consumers in general. Let me just put in general. In general, plants are producers. Why? Because they make their own food through a process called what?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. So plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. And they do it with the sun and everything. All right, so that's what I mean by a producer. So plants are, in general, producers. They make their own food. Okay. Ajani, can you read the definition of a producer for me? Ajani, read the definition of producer.
Producer, an organism that makes their own food. In general, plants are producers because they make their own food through a process called photosynthesis.
Very good. And What's her name? Malia Major. Malia Major, can you hear me? Where's Malia? I can't have Malia. Tanaya, can you hear me? Where's Tanaya? Oh, let me see. I do eat bear, fat altogether. I do eat it bear. Okay. Alora, is your mic working? I can't hear you. Ricardo, where's Ricardo? Ricardo, can you hear me?
Sir,
What do we mean by a producer?
pardon?
What do we mean by a producer?
I just can't, so I don't really.
You don't really know? It's right there on the
Pardon?
screen. Read the definition of producer.
Oh, a producer is an organism that makes their own food. In general, plants are producers because they make their own food through a process called photosynthesis.
Very good. Then we have consumer. What do we mean by a consumer?
Something that eats the other thingy.
Eats the producer.
The organism that eats the producer.
The organism that eats the producer.
Not necessarily, always. What if it eats another animal?
Yeah, because we have first and second consumer.
So
Like how
so a consumer would be an organism that what? Does not make their own food, right? But what? Feeds, but
off of the producer
on
consumer.
another organism for what? For food.
Food.
Okay, so in a food chain or in an ecosystem, you have the consumer and you have the producer. The plants are the producers, and then everyone else is the consumer. Everyone else takes from either the plant itself or from other animals within the ecosystem. All right, does that make sense to y'all?
Yes, sir.
Sir, Mr. Petit,
Mhm.
did you know eagles actually eat turtles?
I didn't think it eat turtles.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
But they have like smash it on a rock.
Oh, okay, you have to kill it first. Okay, so Jeftanique Murphy, where's Jeftanique Murphy? Jeftanique Murphy, are you there? Jaden Branchador, where's Jaden?
Yeah, sir.
Read the definition of consumer for me, please.
Consumer, an organism that does not make their own food but feeds on another organism.
Very good. So what we have here is we have consumer. Now, there are different types of consumers. So we have herbivores. What do we mean by herbivores?
An organism that only eats plants.
Very good. So animals or consumers that only eat what? Plants.
Plants.
What are some examples of herbivores?
Rabbit. Bronchosaurus.
Rabbit. What else?
Iguanas.
Cow. Iguana. That's a good example. Sashanique. What else? Iguana.
Turtles.
Turtles. Uh-huh.
And you will be considered as a herbivore.
I'm a herbivore.
Grasshopper.
Anyway, goat. Sheep.
Grasshopper.
Etc. Grasshopper, and the list goes on, right? These are herbivores, animals that only eat what? Plants. Anyone here is a herbivore?
No offense, but no.
Say no offense, but no.
Not too much of my teacher.
All right. Then we have the next one are carnivores. Carnivores. These are these are animals that only eat what?
Other
Only
animals that eat
Meat.
only eat meat.
Meat
Only
only.
eat meat. They are,
Crocodile.
let's start off with examples.
Lion.
Lions,
Alligator.
cheetahs,
Eagles.
Humans, always omnivores.
lions, cheetahs. I think any type of cat. They have those like long teeth. Wolves.
Dogs.
Wolves. I mean, pot cake, anything you give them. But yes,
At
they
least you
are.
lion.
They are tigers.
Mr.
Alligators.
Dog is a species of wolf.
Yeah, dogs comes from wolves as well. Alligators. Crocodile.
Sharks.
Sharks. Sharks, yes. Sharks don't play. Sharks.
Herbivores, some tails are carnivores. Too, they
Especially
eat.
them. Tiger shark.
Yeah, etc. All right, next. Next, we have, so the pH, one way you know carnivores is that carnivores, the pH in their stomach is very, very low. What does that mean?
It's acidic.
It's very acidic. Very good, Crimson. Why must it be very acidic?
Because they don't like eat no
To break
vegetables.
down the
To break down the what?
The food that the animals that they eat.
Exactly. Have you ever seen a lion swallow? I mean, not swallow. Have you ever seen a
Tigers.
lion chew? Have you ever seen a lion chew?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Never
I
seen a
watch
lion.
Lion King, though.
You ever? You're gonna watch Mufasa? But have you seen a lion chew? I mean, go ahead.
I
Only when they trying to rip apart their food. I saw it on a documentary.
Lions don't chew.
They only swallow.
Lions,
Bite, swallow.
all lions do is rip and swallow, bite and swallow. They don't chew their food.
They just swallow it.
They just swallow it.
All.
Why? Because they're depending on their what? Their stomach that has what? Their stomach has a very low
Acidic?
pH. Yeah, very acidic. And so that's gonna get destroyed by the time it gets to the stomach. All right. That's how you know a true carnivore. A true carnivore is made for that. They're built for that. Like they can eat it. You don't see lions cooking their food. Lions don't cook their food. Lions just go there and just eat that. Yeah, they don't know. They don't do none of that. Lions just literally just eat it. Just like that. That's
Mr. Petit,
insane.
I know some people
If they
who cook their
tried
food.
it, their food would probably taste good.
Say it again.
They try cooking it, then their food would probably taste good.
Boy, let me just
Mr. Petit, I know some humans who don't cook their food.
moving right along. Omnivores.
Wrong.
Omnivores. I spelled it wrong. Help me. Omnivores. Now, what are omnivores? These are what?
Animals that eat both plants and meat.
Very good.
Basically in between.
Animals that eat both
And they chew their food.
plants and both plants and animals. These are omnivores. Examples would be, what are some examples of omnivores?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
llama.
Say llama.
Human.
Go ahead.
Humans.
Humans, yes, humans. Humans.
Okay.
Pigs. Pigs are omnivores. And some bears are omnivores. Okay.
A dog.
Say a dog.
Hotcakes.
Some dogs eat grass.
Yeah. All right, so So we have our three types of consumers. We have the herbivores, the carnivores, the omnivores. So now let's talk about the food chain. Maybe we could squeeze in the food chain in here. So a food chain, by definition, so a food chain is a series of eating interactions that starts with a what? Producer. All right. That's a food chain. And then a food web is a series of connected food chains. That's basically how it works. Okay, so that's basically the difference between a food chain and a food web. Let me show you all the food chain. Show you the food chain. So
Humans on top.
Humans on the top. I want to show you. Say it again.
Actually, I think it's like like it depends like on the area you is. Like, if you're like in the desert, you cooked. If you're in the sea, cook. But if you're in an environment where you know you can survive in, you like in the middle or you in the top.
In the middle of the top, depends.
Area, like the biome.
All right. Not the biome. Okay, Joel. Not the biome. All right, so this is a food chain. Notice it's linear. So we have the plant is eating by the butterfly. The butterfly is the primary consumer. Then we have the frog, which is the secondary consumer. Then we have the heron, which eats the frog. It's the tertiary consumer. All right. So the butterfly eats the plant, the frog eats the butterfly, and the heron eats the frog. What do we call this, by the way? What do we call this?
The food chain.
Oh, this is a food chain. This is a series
But
of
the food were very different. The food were very different.
This is the food chain. Okay. So the food chain is linear. It's nice, right? It's calm, peaceful, serene, right? Let me show you another example of a food chain. Let me show you another example of a food chain. So you have the algae is get eaten by the zooplankton, and then the small fish eats the zooplankton, and the large fish eats the small fish, and the shark is like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat you all.
Let's talk about that shark really good.
No. Finish your notes. Fine. Let's look at one more example of a food chain. And the food chain is this one. So we have the plant, the caterpillar eats the plant, the frog eats the caterpillar, the snake eats the frog, and the owl eats the snake. Okay. This is a food chain. Okay.
Well, if it was a dirt frog though.
Next. Now we're going to talk about the food web. So the food chain is just a series of eating interactions, but a food web is going to be basically a combination of multiple food chains put together. All right, so that's basically what we mean by a food web, a series of food chains, a bunch of food chains come together. So let me give you one example. So let's see if we could pull this up. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a good one. So this is a good one. So what we have here is, I don't want to block the words so much. Okay, good. This is a food web. So here's how the food web works. So obviously we start with the corn. The grasshopper eats the corn. The rat eats the grasshopper. The frog eats the grasshopper. The rat is going to get eaten by the eagle or the python or the wolf, right? The butterfly eats the flower. The frog eats the butterfly. The frog is gonna get eaten by the eagle. The dragonfly eats the butterfly. The dragonfly is also gonna get eaten by the frog or another bird. And the wolf is also gonna eat that bird too. And then you have, so you see like it's a bunch of food chains come together. And it's the food web, right? It just shows you how much it could be or how much it could go. All right. Does that make sense? Y'all see the difference between the two? The food chain and the food web?
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Petty
sir.
also show that the frog eat the fly and the fly eat the frog.
No. The fly don't eat the frog. The fly is eaten by the frog.
And then when the frog die, the fly eat the frog.
Oh. Okay, so that's what we mean by the food chain and food web. All right, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Are we done with these notes? Let me know if y'all finished with these notes.
Yes, sir.
Are we done with these notes? Again, are we done with these notes?
Good night.
You finish?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. Good
All
night.
right.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Miss Petit, I have to
Yes.
talk to you.
What happened, Joel?
It's alright. I saw this video, right? The eagle grabbed a turtle. It gone up in the sky. A bald guy was like, sitting down amongst the rocks. After the eagle let it go from the sky, it gone all the way down and accidentally hit his head.
What the eagle?
Serious or not, by God's grace.
Wow. All right, go ahead.
So does that mean, that the eagle is a consumer of humans?
Okay. Eagles could eat humans too.
Good night.
Good night.